We're all part of this massive, complex global system that connects billions of people. But most of us never really stop to think about how it actually works. I'm talking about the global economy. Sounds kind of intimidating, right? Well, don't worry. We're going to break it all down piece by piece so you can see exactly how the architecture of our modern world was built. Just think about your morning for a second. That coffee in your cup, where did it really come from? What about the phone in your hand or the jeans you're wearing? Every single one of those things is the final stop on an absolutely incredible journey through a vast, invisible network. So the real question isn't just where it's from, but how? Is that network even possible? Well, the answer is it's a system, a global one. And I think the best way to really understand it is for us to build it ourselves, starting from the very first, most essential piece. And that first building block is the whole concept of an economy. It's a word we hear thrown around all the time, on the news, everywhere. But let's just lock in on what it actually means. Okay, so at its absolute core, an economy is just the system for how a country or a region manages all its stuff. It covers the whole life cycle of commerce, right? From producing goods and services to selling them to people and businesses buying them. It's basically the circulatory system that keeps a country's money, products, and ideas flowing. A really great way to think about it is like your own household's budget. You've got money coming in, you've got expenses going out, and you make decisions about what to buy and what to save. An economy is just that same exact idea, but scaled up to millions and millions of people and businesses. All right, so we have our first block, the economy. But economies aren't islands, right? They don't just exist in a vacuum. They connect with each other. And the oldest, most fundamental way they do that is through trade. And trade is exactly what it sounds like. It's just the act of one country's economy interacting with another one by buying and selling things. It's the very first link in what becomes a massive global chain. For instance, think about this. Brazil is amazing at growing coffee beans, while France is, of course, famous for its cheese. Through trade, people in France get to enjoy an incredible Brazilian coffee, and people in Brazil get to enjoy fantastic French cheese. It's a classic win-win, where each country focuses on what it does best and then trades for the rest. But the connections can go so much deeper than just swapping finished products. So let's add the next layer to our structure and talk about foreign investment. See, foreign investment isn't about buying a finished product. It's about buying or building a piece of the production process itself. This is where a company or an investor from one country puts money into an asset in another country. It could mean building a whole new factory, or it could be buying stocks and bonds. Either way, it's a much, much deeper link than just a simple trade. So let's make that distinction super clear because it's absolutely crucial. Trade is like buying a car that was built in Germany. Foreign investment, on the other hand, is like a German company building a brand new car factory in your country. See the difference? One is a simple transaction. The other is a huge, long-term commitment that really weaves two economies together. A perfect modern example is when you see a major tech company from South Korea building a massive new manufacturing plant in the United States. They're not just selling products to Americans, they are actively investing in the U.S. economy. They're doing it to get closer to their customers, hire local workers, and make their whole operation stronger. It's a strategic move that goes way beyond a simple sale. Okay, so let's take a step back. We have our building blocks, these individual economies. We have our first links, trade. And we have our deeper connections, investment. So what do you get when you put all of that together? You get globalization. So let's just trace that path one more time. We started with the basic unit, an economy. Then we connected it to others through trade. After that, we strengthened those connections with investment. And the vast, intricate network that results from all of these interactions, that is globalization. So the formal definition is that globalization is the process of all these different groups, people, companies, and governments interacting and integrating with each other all across the world. It's the big picture we've been building up to this whole time. But really, the crucial point is this. Think of globalization as a giant, powerful web. Every single thread is a trade deal, an investment, an email, or an internet connection. And our lives, which feel so local, are all happening on this one massive, interconnected global web. So we've defined all these terms, we've built this model, but what's the point? Why should you care about any of this? Well, because this whole system has a direct, and I mean direct, impact on your life every single day. For starters, this global system has a huge say in the price tag on almost everything you buy.
It also shapes the job market, creating all sorts of new opportunities while, yes, also causing disruptions in others. And it goes way beyond money. It's the superhighway that ideas, music, movies, and culture travel on, connecting us in ways that have nothing to do with economics.
Ultimately, it all boils down to this one powerful idea. In our modern world, no country, no economy truly stands alone. Whether we always see it or not, we are all part of this single, vast, interconnected system. And that leaves us with one last really crucial question. Now that we understand how this incredibly connected system is built, we have to ask ourselves, what kind of system do we want it to be? Should it prioritize pure efficiency, or maybe resilience, or fairness? The debate over that question is what's going to shape the next chapter of our global story. Thanks for diving into this with me.